Yeah, this is my place. We're just under the pump at the moment, just putting the roof up. So we've just started construction of this new studio down here, which we're calling the Mill. So come in, check it out. This is where we're at so far. Cal Orr and JD and Pete Baird are putting up some roofing as we speak.
You're going to come there? Yep.
Making a right royal mess of things, no doubt. So this is basically just going to be a mix room in here, mixing and mastering mainly. It's going to be a production room. So it's going to essentially have the same size space as you see here. Essentially it's going to be this building. We've tried other design plans, but they've been rejected. We're going back to an open plan design. Actually, this has mainly been because I haven't been able to actually make up my mind about what it is I wanted this room to do. I kind of wanted it to do everything. So even though the room does look big, it's actually really not big enough to be a great mix room and a great recording studio all at once. So we're just going to leave it big and open and try and do both in the one room, but the rub of that will be mainly that the thing that this building will be least capable of is actually recording. We're also using mainly conventional materials that are easily accessed. No fancy stuff really. So we're using 13mm CSR Gyprock Soundcheck, rock wool and yellow tongue. Actually in this case it's red tongue because on the day that was all the supply could give us. So 90 sheets of horrible tasting red tongue, at least as far as the termites are concerned. The only material we'll be using that's kind of experimental will be the green glue, which is going to go between the layer of yellow tongue and the layer of gyprock. The idea of the green glue is that in theory it turns the sound pressure into heat. So what we end up with is less reflections back into the room and less sound transmitted outside the building. So time will tell on that one whether that works, but all the reports are that it's actually pretty amazing. So we'll soon find out, I guess. But we're not going to be building a fancy room inside this room. We're just going to try and keep the space large and gabled and open and full of light. Over here is the Neve, which I won't show you now because it's covered in dust and stuff. 51 series Neve, it's going to be the centrepiece of things. You know, client couch and all that. Essentially one big space with accommodation upstairs. So maybe come upstairs and we'll just quickly show you up there. So this is the upstairs accom. It'll probably end up being a second production room half the time, I suspect. Even though it's going to be, you know, where people sleep, I think it'll probably end up having tie lines and a second little setup in here. It's like a kind of a mini version of downstairs, really, in many ways. So yeah, when you come down here, you'll be sleeping in here if you want to, if the mix goes for days. Yeah, so we're really just starting now. It's been a long time preparing, but now we're just putting timber up, basically getting this show on the road. So stay tuned in about a month or so. Next issue of the magazine, around somewhere around that time, we'll have an update on where we're at. So yeah, stay tuned.